Merry Christmas, Oklahoma, 28 minutes after 6 o'clock. Let's take you back to about 6 o'clock yesterday evening and show you a satellite sequence that runs from 6 o'clock yesterday to 6 o'clock this morning. And if we slowed this down about a zillion times, we could probably sing Santa going from city to city to city to city around this fine country of ours. Tomorrow morning's low temperature.
Two of our favorite people are with us this morning, right, Butch?
Now it feels like Christmas.
Mom and Dad, good to see both of you. Rose and Leslie McCain, all the way from Bovina. You may be wondering, where is Bovina, Texas located? 85 miles southwest of Amarillo, out in the Texas Panhandle. Butch, I stopped by to visit our friend Wes Lane a few days ago, and when I told him that Mom and Dad were going to be on, well, Wes and his mom got together and said, you be sure and give them these famous Amos cookies. So, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
We think you will like those.
Thank you.
You've got a pecan pie with you, Mom.
A coconut pecan pie.
Coconut. See, she's correcting you and me both this morning, Butch.
A coconut pecan
last
pie.
year, we had the popcorn recipe on.
That's right.
And the people wrote in, and Barry, if I'm not mistaken, we've gotten response, still getting response from that, people wanting to get the recipe for that. But this is the coconut pecan pie, and it is just delicious. Butch and I can attest to that. And Mother, would you give that recipe for us this morning?
Yes. 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of white Karo syrup, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon of imitation vanilla butter and nut flavor, and a half a cup of coconut and half a cup pecans. And you just mix them all together and you pour in an unbaked pie shell and cook 1 hour at 300 degrees.
All right, and it is delicious, Dad, don't you think?
It is good.
It is. We're glad that you both could join us this morning. And you know, Butch, I remember just through the years, Dad's always been into reading poetry and giving recitations, and we asked him to bring some this morning.
Maybe he's got an artificial recitation for us this morning. Or is that resuscitation?
What's the one you have for us this morning, Dad?
Well, this is not a Christmas poem, but I think it portrays the thinking of others. Entitled The Old Bridge Builder. An old man traveling a lone highway came an evening cold and gray to a chasm with banks so wide and deep that many a traveler failed to leap. The old man crossed in the twilight dim, the sullen stream held no fears for him. On reaching the other side, he turned and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man cried, a fellow pilgrim near, you're wasting your strength in building here. This bridge you've spent such labor on will not serve you when the task is done. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build this bridge at eventide? But the builder lifted his old gray head. Good friend, in the path that came, he said, there followeth after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm which was naught to me, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. My friend, I'm building this bridge for him.
Oh, I like that, don't you?
Yeah.
The bridge builder. I sure enjoy that. Would like to mention that Dad's not a professional speaker. He farms and raises cattle out in West Texas, and Mother takes care of him, and she took care of us, still taking care of us through the years.
We had a good time last night. They got in about 4:30 yesterday afternoon, and we had a hot game of Trivial Pursuit.
Oh, yeah?
You know, and they're getting pretty good at that.
Who won?
We need to get better.
Who won?
Who won? Well, I believe it was a draw, wasn't it?
You know, we had some great times with them week before last, when I drove to Nashville with Mom and Dad, and then you drove back with them. And we had an ordeal in Russellville, Arkansas. Mom got out at the 7-Eleven to go in and get something, and Dad was going to go in, and I said, well, Dad, did you lock the car? And he said, no, you go ahead and lock it. So I locked the car, and the keys were still in the ignition. But fortunately, we called Bob Moore Cadillac, and you got we got the serial number and we got the keys.
Well, they said the trip back from Nashville was much, much better than, than going up there. And as a matter of fact, we stopped at McCain Mall in Little Rock.
Oh, I hear that.
They've got a McCain Boulevard and McCain Mall, of course. No relationship to us.
And I'm sure they wouldn't.
Money,
I'm sure they wouldn't claim us anyway.
That's right.
Well, you know, there's two kinds of relatives.
Oh.
Those that you're ashamed of, those that are ashamed of you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mom and Dad, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to go to commercial break. And
we're as straight men.
Yeah. How does it feel?
Well, it's different. I know that.
We'll be back with Old St. Nick here in just a minute. Stay with us.
I'm Jim Weimer. I work with the production department here at KTVY. Let me wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
What makes a salesperson professional? What are the key?
Tomorrow, 6 a.m. on News 4, Glenn Boyer will fill us in on the all-college basketball tournament.
Maybe
and
you should try.
singer-songwriter Stuart Freeney will be making his debut on the early morning program. That's Stuart Freeney, and we've had Ellis on the program for about 5 years.
Just one of his sons.
One of
He's got
his
them.
three good-looking young sons, and he's going to be talking about his trip. He's going to be going to Nashville, going to try to make it as a songwriter, and we just encourage him.
Well, good luck to Stuart. Monday, Betty Roberson with the Center for Single Adults, and Judy Fawcett talking about the Give a Dime campaign.
Then Tuesday, David Stell with the IRS, and Dr. Mark Hopping talking about New Year's resolutions.
We're trying to get this pie cut, this pecan/coconut pie.
Or is it coconut pecan pie, Mom?
Coconut pecan.
Coconut
Oh,
pecan.
no, wait a second now. You said it's
Coconut pecan.
coconut pecan, not pecan coconut. Now, how do you know
Well,
the
now you
difference?
said it was.
What's the difference?
Well, it's just some difference.
Is there more coconut than pecans in
Yeah,
this?
maybe so. No.
Well, look who's dropped by over here.
Old
If it's
Saint
not
Nick.
old Saint Nick.
Hello, fellas!
Merry Christmas,
Well, he
Saint
must
Nick.
be worn out.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
How
here.
are you?
Just great. Mom and Dad, I'm so glad I'm here because you've got food.
Yes, we have.
We sure do.
Hey, have you had a hard night, Santa?
Well, you know, we've been very busy, you know.
Yes.
When you do the same thing that the Voyager did in less than one night, and
Mm-hmm.
you've really accomplished it. We've gone around the world, and we're so proud of all the boys and girls this year because they've done an excellent job all year. We had a lot of deliveries to make. In fact, we have one left, as a matter of fact. Would you
One
like-
left?
Yes. We'd like to give this to Butch, so in case we ever do have a white Christmas here, he'll know what to do.
Look at this. Isn't that nice? Sure it is. We can ski Oklahoma,
You
huh?
bet. You bet.
All right.
And you've got your helper here, Sarah
Yes,
Bradshaw.
Sarah Bradshaw.
She's helping out. And
She
you've got
certainly
helpers
is.
all over, right? From different high schools. She goes to
worldwide.
Putnam City West.
That's
and
true.
You've got
That's
helpers
true.
just all over the country.
Her franchise is Oklahoma.
Well,
Yeah.
good to see you this morning, Sarah. Glad you could be with us. And Santa, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Well, I tell you what, I have a special Christmas wish for you in the form of a poem in honor of your parents being here.
Terrific.
I would love to do this for you and for all of Oklahoma. This is my Christmas wish for you. If I could be your Santa Claus, I would change your Christmas day. Well, instead of giving things to you, there's things that I would take away. I would come into your home and steal your burdened weight of care and rob you of the pain, perhaps, that you carelessly put there. And I would find the heartaches you conceal of jealousy and fear and crowd out all suspicion and multiply your cheer. And I would give you courage to endure whatever task you face and make your life an open book with nothing to erase. And if I could have every wish, I would smooth away your tears and give you every dream you've dreamed in all your yesteryears. And I would wake you every morning to some special magic toy that would make each day a Christmas filled with all of Christmas joy. And that's my Christmas wish
All
for
right,
Oh,
Santa.
that's
Hey,
good.
yeah.
That's really
We appreciate
Yeah,
you
I
dropping by.
you. Bet.
Yeah, you did make it by my house there, didn't you? Sam?
Certainly did, and
Right.
and even you fellas are still on the list. Every year you still make the list.
Fantastic.
Good.
So when you get home, you're going to be very nicely surprised.
All right.
Great.
Thank you.
I'm excited.
Thank you. I
I'm-
appreciate that. Next time, just park your sleigh there and just tilt it over, and just dump all that stuff.
And I can't wait to get back to the North Pole and tell the elves Barry's joke.
Yeah.
Barry's going to get some
bet
letters.
that's right.
Barry's going
Well,
to get some
tell
letters.
Mrs. Claus and all the elves we said hello.
I shall.
Let's check now to see how livestock sold at the Oklahoma National Stockyards yesterday. No, we're not going to be doing that because the stockyards were closed
That's right.
yesterday. It's
We-
Christmas Eve.
Sports time.
And then today is Christmas. Wilford White and the gang will be back Monday.
Monday. Okay. Reggie Jackson is heading home to the Oakland A's. Here's Robert Allen with more on your sports.
Nearly 200 happy graduates headed home for Christmas after yesterday's graduation ceremony. This is News 4 Oklahoma early in the morning. If you just joined us, we're here live and in color with the McCain brothers, and a Merry Christmas to you and yours. You know, I'm doing two of the things that I enjoy so much. That's working with you every weekday morning and spending time with Mom and Dad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Well, you're just in heaven then. Merry Christmas to you. It's a pleasure working with you, and looks like we're going to start another year together here in a few days.
Yes,
huh?
indeed. And you know, we want to mention this and tell the folks at home how much we appreciate them watching. We just got our ratings back, the highest ever And we're just so thankful for that.
Have you seen my ski bear in action yet?
I'm ready.
Let's see if we can get him going here. He's around here somewhere. Oh, when the Saints go skiing in, then you can put this one together and... Okay, let's take a look at our current conditions this morning. Now we just need some grandkids hollering in the background and it'll feel like Christmas, huh?
Well, you take care of that category.
39 degrees this morning. Humidity is 85% for tomorrow morning's low.
You just joined us. We're having a great time here. Mom and Dad both with us this morning. Santa Claus and his helper, Sarah Bradshaw. I'm just having a great time.
And you've already gotten into the coconut pecan
Not
pie?
yet, but
Oh, you haven't?
I'm going to in just a few minutes. We'll be back with Tammy Weiss and Robert Atwood. More Christmas music right after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Randy Williams, director of the morning show.
And I'm Jack Davis, videotape editor. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Brace yourself, Aunt Lucille. The Evans Emergency Clearance Sale starts tomorrow at...
Where learning doesn't stop.
We certainly appreciate you sharing at least a part of your Christmas morning with us, and it's been special on this end.
I love you, Butch, and I love Mom and Dad. And
well, we love you too.
Well, we having a great time this morning. Thank you at home very much for watching us, and we hope you have a wonderful Christmas. To close out the program, Tammy Weiss and Robert Atwood. Bye-bye now.
On the next Hour Magazine.
Since the age of 12 years old,